Hey guys, welcome back to another F1 2021 video for Cross GT Racing here in Season 3. As always, before we begin, if you like the video, please do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, thanks for coming along. Do go back and watch the other videos so you can see the entire journey. Let me know in the comments what you think of the videos. Also, just let me know what you think in general in the comments. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. If there's anything that you're enjoying or maybe not enjoying, just let me know. If you've got any ideas on how I can handle this whole season, this whole sort of campaign and championship, let me know. And if you are not already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. I know that went on a little bit longer than it should have. We're already into the video. We're going to decline that, obviously, because whatever it was, I didn't even read to see what it was. We were going to lose resource points, and we don't want to lose any resource points. We've got heaps, but we need to save them because we're going to be building up our car even more. If you didn't see the last episode, go back and watch it, obviously. But at the same time, we had to drop Michael Schumacher from the team. We didn't have to, but I chose to because I wanted to use that money to build up the departments, the facilities, so that we could get some more R&D done and get some more upgrades on the car, because the car is just not where it needs to be. I'm doing okay with it, but of course I'm tweaking the difficulty as I go. Schumacher, on the other hand, was struggling a bit with the car. If we can get a really good car ready for next season and we get Schumacher back in the team, then maybe we'll have a chance at claiming a Constructors' Championship. But for the rest of the season, we're really just going to be focused on trying to build up the car as much as we can. We have gone and upgraded the chassis department to Spec 3, so now we're putting some work into the chassis. Season break time, so going to be a little bit of a gap there. This is going to be an easy one. Pay 100k, get 1500 team acclaim. 100k isn't really that much money when you think about it, and straight away we've failed one of the upgrades for the chassis, which sucks. But at the same time, we are rushing pretty much all of the upgrades, mainly because we don't have much to lose. Like, most of them are going on. Common theme with the engine parts, we are getting another turbochargers. That will be our 5th one for the season. We did have one fail earlier in the season. That's going to be number 5. We're taking the grid penalties now in the races that in the middle of the season. Those are the races that I feel more comfortable with, and also if we take them now, we're not going to have to take them at the end of the season when other teams hopefully will be taking more grid penalties themselves. We're going to go into the simulation settings, so I am putting difficulty up again. It's now at 56. The last race at Silverstone, we kind of just blitzed through that. We had a 5-second penalty and we still managed to come first. But Silverstone in Season 2 was also where we were really dominating as well. So sort of bumping the difficulty up, but at the same time I'm going to look into maybe a difficulty thing on the net to say sort of, what, where you put in a time and it gives you what difficulty you should have per track, because every track is very different in this game. So I'm going to look into that, probably heading through the rest of the season. Qualifying, so practice again. Practice is always good. Coulthard's not getting as many resource points as Schumacher was, but it's to be expected. It's Michael Schumacher. I mean, come on. So qualifying lap, we did have to try and get past Leclerc, which was easy. A little bit of a cut there. We do end up getting past one of the Haas's. I don't know who that was. Spa's a good track. I think last season we won at Spa, I think, and that was a really good battle we had with, I think, Sergio Perez in that race, back and forth. And I think we ended up passing him on the final lap to win. So I'm pretty comfortable at this track, so I don't mind taking a grid penalty and bumping the difficulty up a bit. I mean, green through sector 1 and 2, we're already 1.5 seconds up on our previous lap, which this is only a second lap, so of course we're going to be well up on our first lap now that we've sort of got more of a feel for the track in a qualifying setting. Around the final couple of corners, down to the start finish line, and that is good enough for P1 purple through Sector 3. And we end up finishing, it ends up being good enough for P2. So we are sandwiched between Verstappen and Hamilton in terms of the numbers. We're a 10th behind Verstappen, we're 1/10 ahead of Hamilton, but we will be taking that grid penalty. So we'll have to wait and see how we go when it comes to the actual race day.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 meters of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. The captain lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Ricciardo, Norris, Russell, Gasly and Carlos Sainz. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty.
Okay, so I don't quite understand what happened there. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to take a grid penalty there because we did end up getting a new turbocharger, but instead Max is taking a grid penalty, which means we're starting in pole, which is great for us. I don't quite know how that's gonna, how that works, but we'll take it. As we're off and away, Hamilton gets an amazing start. We've got the inside line to the first corner and a bit of contact right off the bat. And Hamilton he's pulling away now quite easily, and along comes his teammate Bottas, and we've also got Perez trying to get up alongside us, heading up the hill. So we have dropped a couple of places already, and already got into a tussle with 2 other drivers, with Hamilton, and a little bit of contact there with Perez. So yeah, an odd start to this race. We should have taken a grid penalty. Unless I didn't get that part, but I'm pretty sure I did. Like I'm pretty sure I decided to take that extra turbocharger component. But whatever, we'll take it. Maybe those 2 places were the game just saying, well, actually no, we made a mistake. We're gonna take some. We're gonna penalise you a little bit for that. But that's okay. I feel like I can get these places back. We haven't lost too much time now to these guys. We are running a we're running a standard setup. I have been actually sort of trying during the practices and stuff. I've been trying some sort of some higher downforce settings, mainly just to see how the car handles, because I know that some of the tracks later on are a lot more technical, and I'm not the most technical driver, so those the higher downforce might actually help me out a bit later on. As we cross start finish line, first lap complete, first of 22, and we've managed to jump back up into P2 after passing Bottas on that beginning of sector 3, and we are maintaining some pace to Hamilton. In fact, we're actually gaining on Hamilton slightly, and we don't even have ERS going, so we must have put a new turbocharger in the car and the game just hasn't given us the grid penalties. We got the inside of Hamilton, we cut across, we cut him off heading into that left-hander, and that is good enough to get us up into P1. We're only 4 tenths ahead of him, but we do manage to hang on. Even with the DRS, we're managing to pull away enough heading through those corners. So I didn't touch on the strategy. So at the start of the race, so the strategy, we're doing a one-stop. We are running on worn softs because I tend to use all of the tyres in practice and qualifying. So when it comes time for the race, whatever the tyres that we get back are ones we've already used. So I'm only penalising myself in the race, but it's working well for us so far. In these last 3 races now, we've managed 2 wins and a third. So, you know, we've been on the podium the last 3 races. So, you know, strategy's working. So we're going to go into the pits. We can go into the pits this lap. We'll just see how we go. It's early, very early in the race. And if we can maintain some sort of pace here, we might not have to go in straight away. But we do end up going in anyway. We haven't gained any time on Hamilton. We almost clipped the wall there, actually. That would have been a disaster there. Would have soaked up a lot of time and then extra time in the pit getting the new front wing on. We go into the pits. Not a very good pit stop for us, but that's pretty standard for our team, really.
On the exit, we'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Okay, so we managed to come out just behind Giovinazzi. We're a P16 now on hard, so we're not going to need to stop again for the rest of the race. Like I've said in other videos where I've used the hards, I haven't used them very often. So I'm still not quite, I still haven't quite come to terms with how they handle. So yeah, braking zones are all different, grip levels are different. It's yeah. It's a whole lot different to running on softs, but you know, we're going to go with it as Giovinazzi tries to make a pretty reckless move there up the outside of us. We managed to hold on. We managed to get him to P15. Everyone else looks like is on the soft still, so they're probably going to be a little bit faster than us, or some of them will be. But some of these other cars that are further down the performance charts probably still won't have the pace on us. We are using as much of the ERS as we can, as we're just trying to maintain as much pace as we can. Some more drivers in the pits now. Bottas is in the pits, and we come out ahead of Bottas, who is also on the hards. So he's going to be going right to the end of this race as well now on those hard compound tyres. His tyres are a couple laps fresher than mine, so that may play a factor at the end of the race. And yep, DRS for him. He comes breezing past us. We're gonna let him have that. It's only early on in the race. We don't want to be too reckless and make too many moves that might cost us some time further down the track. Or so in saying that, we do end up going on the grass and try and get around the outside or in the inside of Bottas. It just doesn't end up paying off. ERS enabled, but we just can't get the move done. So we're gonna sit back. We'll let him go for now. The rest of the front runners are going to have to come into the pits this lap, I would assume. I would assume that these guys are going to the pits and the rest are going to come in this lap. And then that'll be pretty much everyone's pits done. As we make a pretty straightforward move there on Bottas. But again, he's got all the pace. We don't have the pace, or we do now. We don't have enough pace at the lower range, the lower rev range, I suppose. We can't accelerate quite as well as these other cars. But once we get up to speed, I think we're good. Now, it looks like some more cars are in the pits now. Looks like Hamilton is in the pits as well. Yes, Hamilton's in the pits. Coulthard's coming to the pits as well. Come around the corner. There's Hamilton right there. We managed to get past him. He's on mediums. So that could be an issue for us. He's only going to have to run 14 laps on a set of mediums, whereas I'm running on hard, so he should in theory have more pace than I do. And he's got the DRS, so that's not going to help us at all. But he has only just managed to get in front of us. Oh, and a bit of contact there as he goes really slow through that section there, which is odd. Like, unless he's trying to slow me down and just keep me in check while he warms up his tyres, I'm not sure. But if I can't get back past him, then this could end up becoming a bit of an issue later on. His tyre wear is going to be higher than mine, but he's going to have more pace, so if he can gain a big enough gap on me, I might not be able to catch up. Although Sector 3 here, Sector 3 seems to be our strongest section of the track. just a really long straight. These guys, they all seem to slow down here, whereas we know we can go almost full speed through these corners. We get around the outside of Hamilton easily, right up behind Schwartzman. I don't want to try and make a move on him. He's going to have to go into the pits right now. One of the few that hadn't gone into the pits. And apparently we had a collision with Schwartzman. I didn't think we had any contact there, but apparently we did. A bit of a warning for that. And we come out. We're now P1 with 13 laps left to go. So we're almost halfway through this race. And we've managed to find ourselves in P1. Hamilton's still in DRS range though, but he is 9 tenths behind us. So I don't think he'll have the pace, even with the DRS, to be able to catch us before this right-hander up here. No, he's only managed to gain a couple of tenths on us. But I've got 2 Mercedes and I've got Perez in the Red Bull, who will probably want to get some redemption on last season, where I took the win from him in the last lap, or the second to last lap. Hamilton's right there, he's 1 tenth. He tries to look up the inside, but he thinks better of it and leaves the room for us. But yeah, he's definitely showing some pace now. Perez is still 3 seconds off. Bottas just over a second, but Hamilton is right there. And on those medium tyres, he should really have the pace advantage on me. We've managed to extend that gap now to almost 2 seconds, as we get a fastest lap now on some hards. A 146.5 on hard compound tyres. Just goes to show that having someone breathing down your neck can really make you push the car to places it won't normally go. As Lance Stroll's now out of the session. I'm not sure what that's about.
We've been informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track.
Okay, so now we're getting a full safety car. So I'm not sure what happened with Stroll there. We wouldn't normally get a full safety car.
Speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Alright, so this isn't going to be good for us, because now this is going to give everyone else a chance to catch up. And this is going to bring Hamilton back into DRS range, which is not what we wanted. But we're going to take a look now at what was going on with Stroll. So he's running fine, and then all of a sudden there's no smoke or anything, but his car's just slowing down. So I'm not sure what that's about. Something's gone wrong there, but it doesn't look like it's like an obvious mechanical failure. So I'm not too sure there. But anyway, we're back with the action now. Lap 14, we've managed to catch up. We've got the safety car out. Most of the pack is now all caught up. We just have one of the Alfa Romeos, probably Guan Yu Zhou, and the 2 Haases following on behind. Yeah, it's pretty much just Nikita Mazepin now waiting, well, just holding the safety car out. We are going to have one more lap, hopefully just one more lap of safety car. I was kind of hoping it would have gone in that lap. But at the same time, this is going to help our tyre wear numbers, but it's also going to help everyone else's tyre wear numbers as well, as there will be barely any tyre wear now. So we come around the final corner, and we're heading back off to racing speed. Hamilton is right behind us, but we pull right out and prevent him from taking that outside line. We could be in some trouble now, as Hamilton's only half a second behind us, and he's got the pace. He's gaining on us already, and he's going to be getting. Oh, he's not going to be getting DRS. We don't have DRS for 2 laps after the safety car comes in, so it's maybe a blessing in disguise. We're going to go a bit defensive. We're going to go to the inside and force him out if he can catch up to us, which he can't get to us in time. So we managed to hold on to that position. So there's going to be maybe some pretty stressful laps coming up, where we try to hold Hamilton off at the DRS zones and try and utilise the rest of the track to get far enough ahead that he's out of DRS range. Although in saying that, we have managed to do that already in one lap, as we get a purple through Sector 3. And it looks like it's going to be the same again. No, not a purple through Sector 3.
DRS is now online.
But we're still in first. It doesn't look like anyone's really changed position, but Hamilton in that last lap actually managed to gain back some of that time that we gained on him. As we take a look at Nikita Mazepin here with an engine failure just up the hill here. So that there's going to cause another yellow flag. But that's okay. We still managed to use that to our advantage. No overtaking along that DRS zone. So even if Hamilton wanted to catch up, he wouldn't be able to. But not that it matters now, as we are going green through some of these sectors in these last laps. And we managed to pull out to an almost second lead every lap now over Hamilton.
Final lap of the race.
Final lap of the race. Nothing's really changing. All the positions are staying the same. Final stretch here. Final part of the race. Sector 3, our strongest part. Hamilton's a second behind us. He's not going to catch up, even with that super ERS that the AI have. It looks like it's going to be another win for myself and Cross GT Racing, and a double podium for Mercedes as we cross the start finish line for another win here at Spa 2 years in a row.
Team effort. Thanks to all the boys.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard.
You're damn right, that's the podium. Giovinazzi gets driver of the day. He must have had a pretty good race. There's another win for us.
So Alfa Romeo have won it, and what a
Hang on,
race
what?
it was.
Excuse me?
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
No, hang on.
Safety car to absolute perfection.
What the hell is
Worry
this?
about once the race
He didn't win.
starts.
He didn't win.
For fresh rubber, do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can he save?
I don't.
You'll have a good chance, and that's exactly what happened today.
Stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about.
Alfa Romeo have been winning fans the world over with their brilliant driving, showing that they're a force to be reckoned with out there on the track. They'll certainly be building on that fan base after today's excellent results.
I don't know what just happened, but that's not what actually happened. We're going to take a look. As we take a look, they've given Antonio Giovinazzi the win. 119, a 119 best lap. How did an Alfa Romeo or any other car do a lap that was what, 27 or 26 seconds faster than any other driver? 26 seconds faster than both Mercedes. I don't know what happened there, but they've given Antonio Giovinazzi the win, completely undeserved. They've given him the fastest lap, which he didn't set. So we get relegated to second in that race. We get up to fourth in the driver's standings, but it doesn't mean anything to me because we were supposed to win that race. We've been cheated out of 8 points. We had the fastest lap for the majority of the race. We crossed the line first, a second clear of Hamilton, and somehow Giovinazzi gets the win. I don't understand how that happened. I absolutely do not understand. He's got 26 points to his name now. He's up in P11, and he doesn't deserve them. And Alfa Romeo has now jumped all the way up from 10th into 8th. I mean, 8 points wouldn't have made a difference in the standings for us, but 8 points could be the difference at the end of the season between us getting more money in the constructors or not. So I don't know. I don't understand what just happened there. I'm supposed to be the winner of this race. I mean, it's another podium, and it's 18 points. That's great. But we were supposed to get 26 points unless someone else got a fastest lap on that last lap. But I somehow don't think that they did. Oh, that has triggered me so much. But I'm... At the end of the day, we've got more points. It's another podium. We'll take it. But we should have... Maybe that's why I didn't get the turbocharger grid penalty. Maybe the game just glitched in this race and they didn't give me the penalty, but they also weren't going to give me the win. I don't know. Either way, whatever happened, we've got points. We're going to take a look here. So we crossed the line here. Now we're clearly in first, and then there's like a little glitch there, little thing. We're on board with Giovinazzi, P17, and all of a sudden it says P1. It was P17, and then all of a sudden it changes to P1, and they give him the win. Completely undeserved, but I suppose I didn't get a grid penalty for the turbocharger, so if I'd gotten the grid penalty for the turbocharger, maybe I wouldn't have finished on the podium. So maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's the game making up for the mistake that they made. But still, why Giovinazzi? Why not give it to Hamilton or something? Like, he was already there in second, you know? I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. We got second, we got 18 points. We've moved up the driver's standings, we've extended our lead over McLaren, or extended the gap for third in the constructors. So we'll just take it as it is, and we'll leave it. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, despite the ending of it, please do leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it, and it would mean that YouTube will probably start pushing these videos out to more people. Really help me grow the channel. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that controversial finish. And also just let me know what you thought about the entire race, anything in general. If there's anything you want to see on the channel, let me know in the comments as well. I do really enjoy reading any comments that do come through. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and help me build this community. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of race weekend here at Spa, here in the Belgian Grand Prix. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all in the next one, where hopefully we don't get screwed over by the game.